players are, because Shanks was one of the factors that died, and that's a little bit too cocky. Def's still there. They know exactly where he is. They've got to defuse, and they've got to fight at the same time. Boys, it's up to you. Up to half. Derek needs to get off, but he's going to hold. No! He thought the swing was coming in. No time. The clutch for Def.
Hey, this is Bugsy, and I watched a bunch of pro games to teach you how to play Astra on Ascent, her highest pick rate map. I know this isn't my normal content, but I have another highlight video coming for you soon. Please leave questions in the comments, and I'm looking to do at least one of these videos on each map if this goes well. Before we can get into playing Astra, we'll need to know how to manage the economy with her. A quick note is that this guide assumes that you know Astra's basic mechanics. We'll be looking mainly on how to maximize your impact using tricks that the pros do. Astra starts each round with a star, and then additional ones cost 150. So the only way to get a free star is to use all the stars on the previous round. And this is what the pros almost always do. This leaves the question of how many to buy. Essentially, you want as many as you can afford on full buy rounds, and then either stick with the 1 or buy 1 to 2 extra for an eco, making sure that you'll be able to afford her full kit on the next round. Now let's look at Astra's pre-round star placement. One part of Astra's kit that lets you steal ideas directly from the pros is her pre-round setup, similar to Cypher or Killjoy. I've watched a few pro Astra games on Ascent and noted the pre-round star placement of the pros. Let's look at defense first. On defense, Astra averages about 3.3 pre-round stars placed. Considering eco rounds, this basically means that you want to place at least 4 out of 5 of your stars before the round starts. Looking at the graph and map, we can see where pro Astras, including Dep, Marved, Superman, and Scuba, place their stars. On gun rounds, you see them place 1 or 2 stars for B main, and then 2 for A, basically every time. The B setup is almost always like this.
Blocking, pulling them in. Right there.
Whereas at A you have 2 options. Your team could either play site and place these 2, or play for A main control with this one-way setup, and a suck. From there, you have some free choice with your last 1 to 2 stars depending on how you will play, with mid, tiles, and sidewalk and tree being popular options. On attack, you can see that pros place significantly fewer pre-round stars, averaging only 1.7. The way to play attack is to save your stars on ecos for a site take or set strat. Then, on gun rounds, there are only really 3 options of pre-round stars. You should almost always put this A main star that lets you suck defenders, preventing them from fighting A main. This should be a free kill if they do. Then, you could either smoke cat close or mid arch, or even both, to help your team take mid control. On defense, playing off Astra's stars are similar to any other agent's utility. You want to position yourself to be able to watch the smokes and peek off any sucks or stuns with the setups we just talked about. On attack, however, you're going to want to save about 3 stars to do a site take. These stars you will place right before your team commits, and pop them into abilities instantly. That could look like this for B site, or this for A. Note that the suck on B and the stun on A you'll want to place off of info. If you know someone's gen, you'd put a star there instead of dice. Finally, let's look at some strong stars and cheese strats that can help you win rounds in solo queue. Firstly is the recall ability. Many people don't use recall as a 5th ability, but it really is. Here's a strong example of how you can catch someone off with it. If you smoke mid many rounds, then do this, they're unlikely to respect a recall. Secondly, a post-plant suck. If you position a suck like this in the post-plant, you can guarantee to pull off a diffuser until your teammates not to peek, or peek after the suck concludes. This can easily win you many retakes.
Wait, did we win?
Yeah, I had a good suck. Let's go. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content.